In the land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend held dearly by the royal family that tells of a boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from the land that made him a legend. Done with the battles he once waged across time, he embarked on a journey, a secret and personal journey. A journey in search of a beloved and invaluable friend. A friend with whom he parted ways when he finally fulfilled his heroic destiny and took his place among legends. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison Cruz, and I'd like to welcome you to The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask for the Nintendo 3DS. This was literally just released, and as you can tell, it's an enhanced remake of quite possibly not only my favorite Zelda game of all time, but also of just all video games of all time. So it uses a lot of the same source material as, Ocarina of Time 3DS, which is not a bad thing at all. I've played through a good chunk of this game so far, and I gotta say, I really am liking it a lot more. There are a couple of weird things, but for the most part, this is a greatly improved game, and I hope you guys are excited to see me LP it once more, after 5 years or so. What's with that stupid horse of yours? Doesn't listen to a word that's said to it. There's no point in writing anything like that, so I did you a favor and got rid of it. Aw, boo-hoo. Why the sad face? just thought I'd have a little fun with you. Do you really think you can beat me as I am now? Fool. Now that's a good look for you. You'll stay here looking like that way forever! No. Well, Skull Kid, wait for me. I'm still here. Tail, you can't leave without me. Little brother. You. If I wasn't dealing with you, I wouldn't have gotten separated from my brother. That's not my fault. Don't just sit there, Deku boy. Do something. You just knocked me over. You're rude. Is there something stuck on my face? Yeah, okay. Alright. Come on. A helpless little girl's asking you. Wonder if that child will be right on his own. I don't know, looks like he's had a pretty good role model with him right there. So, right off the bat, here we are, brutally and involuntarily transformed into a Deku scrub. Not good news for us. Basically spin around, and that's the gist of it. There's a lot of things you can do with Deku Link that we'll get into a little bit later, but for the most part, he works almost exactly the same as he does before. I guess I could talk a little bit about the bottom screen, by the way. We have lots of things here. Once we get a map, you'll be able to see it. You can put your items to I, X, Y, and 2. I don't know why I said I, but we've got a map if we had a map. And we can also take a look at our items as well as masks. This will be a 100% run, and I will be covering all of the new content that is exclusive to the 3DS version. Also, we've got gear, which, you know, if we were able to use some of it, it would not be too bad. But let's get out of that. We have our rupee count, and we can go in first-person mode. Again, using the gyroscope, it's basically exactly the same as Ocarina of Time. So if, like myself, you are a big fan of that one, then you're gonna feel right at home here. And by God, I'm so glad they did this. I think, But let's go run through over here, and hey, wait for me, don't leave me behind. Alright, so that stuff back there, I apologize. So, it's kind of a half-assed way of apologizing, but thank you. Alright, so she has an idea of where he might be going. This is going to be our fairy buddy. Her name's Tattle. And so that's going to be good stuff for us because she's our Navi of the game, obviously. So, it's nice to meet you or whatever. She's sassy! Alright, now we got all that straightened out. Can we stop messing around and get moving? You're the one that's stopping me. You're literally the only thing that's impeding our progress right now. So, anyway, we're just like, whatever. Anyway, she's gonna take no time at all in trying to tell us what to do here. You just go right on the D-pad, and you can talk to her. So, you're not very used to your Deku Scrub, buddy. Yeah, I've never been a plant before, so... So while we're Deku Scrub, we can go in the flower and dive inside of it, and then launch out of it and basically glide across large crevices. Again, just like in the 64 version, the default option is on no, so... Anyway, there we go. So spin attacks, we already know all about that, so let's go ahead and jump across here, where our flight is a little bit faster. It feels like it's a bit faster. It's also a little bit harder to, like, start going backwards, because if you turn around while you're in mid-flight, you'll actually be able to extend the distance a little bit, but it's a little bit harder to do in this game, so... Anyway, let's go crawl back in our little flower here, and go across here. There's so much nostalgia in this room, and a lot of the things they changed is pretty interesting. They've added Sheikah stones as well as they added fishing in this game, and it's pretty neat, man. So let's open our first chest. What do we got? We've got ourselves a Deku Nut, or Deku Nut. Press B while flying to drop a Deku Bomb. Okay, so this actually is an extremely good weapon that is incredibly underrated. Not a lot of people use it, and I don't really do it all that much either, but it's not too bad. So let's go ahead and equip it from our items. We can go and put it on X and call it good to go. Whew. So you basically just stun enemies, and to be honest, for some reason this effect is much more subdued than it was in the N64 version and I guess Virtual Console version. But in addition to this is if you press B, you can stealth bomb from above and murder things that way. It's pretty fun stuff. So, but it's also not very practical because Deku Nuts are not very good for that sort of thing. Let's go over here, and here we go. A mainstay of the 3D Zelda games, we've got L targeting, also known as Z targeting. Basically, it's the targeting system that you can go ahead and use to talk to things from afar or lock onto things, and it's very convenient. So, L targeting is going to be very important for us, monumental in our gameplay. So let's go over here. Or jump, honestly, we probably could make if we weren't a Deku scrub. Let's check this thing out. Strange, but the way you look right now sort of reminds me of this tree. Gee, thanks. Thanks, Tattle. I appreciate that. Looks all dark and gloomy, almost like I could start crying any second now. Oh. This game is very depressing, by the way. Very dark and somber, so if you're not prepared to have your heartstrings tugged, I suggest walking away. God, this room. Love this room. So right now we are inside of the clock tower, and things will be happening according to this. So let's, without further ado, let's go head up this area and meet up with a very strange person. But first, we've got the introduction of her Sheikah stone, not found in this particular variety in the original, but we'll get into that a little bit more later. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? I own the Happy Mask Shop. I travel far and wide in search of masks. During my travels, a very important mask was stolen from me by an imp in the woods. So here I am at a loss, and now I've found you. Now, don't think me rude, but I've been following you, creep. For I know of a way to return you to your former self. If you can get back the precious item that was stolen from you, I will return you to normal. In exchange, all I ask is that you also get back my precious mask that the imp stole from me. What? Is it not a simple task? Why, to somebody like you, it should by no means be a difficult task. Except, the one thing is, I'm a very busy fellow, and I must leave this place in 3 days. How grateful I would be if you could bring it back to me before my time here is up. But yes, you'll be fine. I see you are young and have tremendous courage. I'm sure you'll find it right away. Oh, and one more thing. Please be so kind as to direct your gaze over there for a moment. Oh, okay. That strange stone over there, do you see it? It's called the Sheikah stone. When the world has weighed you down with worry, crawl inside and let it show you the way. If you ever find yourself lost on your grand adventure, seek the counsel of this wise old stone. It will surely help you on your noble quest. Well then, I'm counting on you. So the Happy Mask Salesman, once again, seemingly the only piece of, you know, Hyrule that followed us in the world we know as Termina. Now, if any of you sharp-eyed viewers out there have sharp-eyed viewers noticed in the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time, he actually has this pack inside the Happy Mask shop in Clocktown, god damn it, in Castletown, and I just accidentally hit my mic there. and I don't believe it was there in the original, so it's kind of an interesting thing that it makes its reappearance here with various masks and things like that. I kind of like this guy. He's pretty interesting, but we'll get more into him a little bit later. For now, let's go start our adventure in Termina and see if we can return to our former glory.